On episode 51, we're talking about blog articles. Are they important and how you should use them? Hey everybody, what's up and welcome to the 88 Dental Marketing Show. This is the internet's only dental show that's answering marketing's most important questions. That is what we do. This is episode number 51. I'm your host, Joshua Scott. So glad you're here with us today on this episode where we're talking about all things regarding blog articles and how to use those to their best. So we got some great questions in store along those lines today. Before we get to that, the featured article of the month for August, the link is down below, but it's called What Is This? And it's really it's a story about a recent emergency landing on a commercial airline that I happen to be a part of and what that has to do with marketing, right? So if anything, it's just an entertaining story. You'll find that link down below and check it out, read it, let me know your thoughts, comments. I'd love to hear those.
Question number one is from Laura. Should my practice be doing blog articles?
Laura, this is a good question, right? Do you even need blog articles? And there's a few reasons why I like them, and here's why. Number one, they're good for SEO value. We know this. We know that Google likes updated content on websites, especially relevant content, and just putting up a site and leaving it for the next 2, 3, 4 years is not a good idea. And so regularly adding content in the form of articles is really a good solution for that. It also just creates educational material that can be used for many different purposes, which we'll come back to in another question here, but Facebook and emails and suggested content, some of those things. Last, I think in healthcare, that it sets you up as the expert, which is important and is what people are looking for. And so I think when people are searching for a healthcare professional, they're kind of expecting you to be an educator. And so having articles, it shows that. It says that you are a teacher and educator. And I think that makes them trust you and value you more as an expert. And so that's why blog articles are important.
Question number two from Dr. Jeffries. Should I be writing weekly articles? I hate writing.
Dr. Jeffries, man, I love the honesty there. And you know what? The answer here is no. No, you shouldn't be writing your own articles. You need to do what you do best, which is being a clinician, being the dentist, and then running a business. I mean, those two things are way more important than you sitting down and writing articles. Honestly, I know there are some dentists out there that write their own, and they're usually the educators and the lecturers. I don't know of any of dentists personally that are writing their own articles. So don't feel guilty, don't feel bad about it. There's a few ways to approach this, right? Number one is if you're not gonna write them, then maybe you can get a team member involved in writing them. If you have somebody on your team who's gifted that way, skilled, talented that way, and would love to do that, then talk about an arrangement there where maybe you're paying per article or per month to write some content. Secondly, you can hire a company to just create templated, more canned articles for you, just to have content to, again, populate the site, create content on it, get that SEO value. Or third, you can hire a company to create some custom articles and really kind of stepping back and going, what are the things we want to talk about the most? What are the services that are most relevant to our practice? What do we want to educate patients on? The benefit there is you get kind of the voice. Hopefully you get this established, this is the voice of the practice, and it comes through that way because it's custom written, almost like a ghostwriter. So those are the solutions, but yeah, please, if you hate writing, please don't sit down and just start writing articles because you feel like you need to.
And question number three from Dr. Brewster. How many blog posts do you recommend?
Dr. Bruce, this is a really great question. I see really two frequencies out there when it comes to dental practices. The first one being weekly and the second one being monthly. So a lot of practices are posting weekly, and typically they're hiring a service that's doing that for them. In most cases, I personally just feel like it's overkill. I just think it's too much. And I think to a lot of people, it can probably come off like like pushing content for the sake of pushing content. Like we're just trying to get SEO value out of it, but in the end, the education, the articles don't mean very much. I prefer personally to see more of a monthly approach and just be more intentional with it. So what I would do is create a blog article and post it to the blog for that month and call it the featured article of the month, like the featured resource for July or the featured article for July. And if you notice, if you follow any of my stuff, you notice I kind of follow that same pattern. Write an article, it's gonna be the featured article for the month of August. It's gonna be on Facebook, I'm gonna pull quotes from it, use that on social media, use it in the email for that month. Like everything kind of points back to that blog post. And so that's what I would do, is post it as the featured article and then post it over at Facebook. And you can do it multiple times throughout that month, maybe 2, maybe 3 times, pointing back to that article. Use it in your email to patients, if that's monthly or every other month or quarterly, but focus that email around that article. You can, on your site, kind of do some suggested content. Maybe they're on a dental implant page and you've got 2 or 3 articles on dental implants. Put those at the bottom and say, you know, here's some suggested reading or alternative resources to help you in your education with dental implants. And then last, use it around maybe seasonal campaigns or promotions. Like if you, let's say we've got a summer Invisalign campaign going on, then have some Invisalign articles at the same time. And so we're running a special on Invisalign, but we've also got educational articles on why it's important and what it's, you know, what that treatment's like and all those types of things. It really just helps supplement all that. And so one of the big mistakes I see people make is feeling that they have to write these every week. And then the second mistake I see people make is not using them to their fullest in multiple places. And so that's what I would suggest. That's the frequency. Go less, but make it more important and make it spread further in further places. Cool? Guys, that is episode 51, all about blog articles, how to do them, what you should do, get the most out of them. Question of the episode, do you blog? Are you writing articles? And if you are, where are some places you can use those to get more traction out of them? Okay? Guys, thanks so much for being a part of the show. If you have any questions for future episodes, please leave them down in the comments, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Shoot me an email. We'll make sure they get on a future episode. Until then, I'll see you next time. Kind of like that landing. A little rough, but we got there.